It's heritage that must be handled with care,
It's so beautiful.
with significance beyond its size and value beyond its precious metal.
I think it contains, 100 years of history in a sense.
The gold cigarette case was a gift from Turkish President Mustafa Kemal Ataturk to former Australian Prime Minister Stanley Melbourne Bruce, men of shared destiny that began at Gallipoli.
He signed up almost immediately after the beginning of the war.
Serving in the British Army, Stanley Bruce was twice wounded and decorated for bravery. Kemal Ataturk was the enemy.
He was a commander in Gallipoli. He was the commander of the 57th Regiment who stopped the Anzacs when they landed.
The war hero would lead his country's fight for independence and become Turkey's first president in 1923. The same year, Bruce became Australia's 8th Prime Minister, a political career founded on his war service. Bruce oversaw the government's move to Canberra. In 1929, he became the first PM to lose his seat, but a new role beckoned.
He was an extraordinary international statesman in the 1930s and in the post-Second World War era.
The two crossed paths again in 1936 when Bruce chaired the negotiations that gave Turkey back control of the Dardanelles Straits. In gratitude, President Kemal Ataturk sent him this.
For you, holding something that Ataturk handled and signed, what's that like?
I can't find words to explain it. It's such an historic opportunity for me to hold it and to see it.
On its base are two 5-pointed stars combined in a sign of camaraderie. On the lid,
In Turkey, it's believed to be a K and an A, and then when you look at it from a distance, it's a B.
I never realised that. So
Yes.
that's the two names intertwined.
They both appreciated each other. They knew that from that war, they had made their career, or they had started their careers.
and learned how precious is peace.
I think what happened to him there marked him profoundly for the rest of his life. It was a dreadful, horrible, bloody, and in many ways pointless battle. And they had fought on either sides of it. And 20 years, 2 decades later, they became really close friends.
Mark, you're wearing gloves now, but that's not always how you've held that case.
No, well, last time I held this case, it was handed to me by Stanley Bruce himself in the course of telling me the story of how Ataturk gave it to him. So it's just quite extraordinary to stand here now with it in my hand. One of his most precious possessions to the end of his days. It and a picture of his wife were the two things on his desk in his study when he died. It was that important to him.
Specially brought out for this reunion, the case is currently on display at the National Anzac Centre in Albany.
Stanley Melbourne Bruce had no children, so this case passed to the National Archives. This treasure that meant so much to him now belongs to all of us. A small, heartfelt gift that's come to symbolise how two former enemies at Gallipoli became good friends in peace, as did their nations.
In 1934, Kemal Ataturk had paid tribute to his former adversaries, assuring the mothers of the fallen Anzacs their sons were now sons of Turkey as well. A bond this gift only strengthened.
It's got a history of memory and friendship which is just irreplaceable.
I agree fully with that statement.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a symbolic gesture of goodwill, friendship towards Australia.
Two old soldiers showing the way to peace. Paul Kanak, 7 News.